So I think we're seeing regulatory scrutiny in two key areas. The first is in valuations, so hedge funds valuing their assets and whether they're complying with their own policies as to how to value those assets. And the second area of regulatory scrutiny that we see is in the fees area. Now, some of the cases, for example, by the SEC have been on the private equity side, but I think a lot of that is going to translate into the hedge fund world. In particular, again, it's all about disclosure. How you disclose to your investors that you're charging your fees, what fees and expenses you're then passing back to the fund. But if you don't disclose that you're charging these fees, that's where I think you can get into trouble. So I think the big topic, and we've seen that in the GAIM Ops conference this weekend, is about cybersecurity and whether you have adequate policies. The real thing that you don't want to be in a position where you are subject of a cyber attack, you want to go to the government, you want to engage help by the FBI or maybe third-party consulting firms, but you feel nervous to do so because your policies weren't so robust in the first place, and you're concerned about a regulator like the SEC or even the NFA coming back and saying, no, look, this is partly your fault because your policies weren't good enough. So you need to sort of start off by beefing up those policies, and then if you are the subject of some kind of attack, you can figure out how to get the help you need. So it's very hard for me to say all my clients are perfectly good actors and do everything by the book in the right way. You never know if there's a Bernie Madoff lurking in behind the scenes. It's hard to imagine that a fraud of that scale is going on now, though that's of course how people felt before Bernie Madoff. So I think the regulators are really focused on trying to figure out if there are such sort of massive Ponzi schemes going on. So hopefully we can all have some comfort from that, but beyond that, impossible to know.